Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a little bit of a different type of video. I posted on my Instagram if you guys would like to see a coffee chat, and if so, what would you like me to talk about? And I put two topics, either being married to a vegan, not being married to a vegan, either being married to somebody who's not vegan, or why and how I became vegan. So I will put up the results here. But being married to a non-vegan one, but I will definitely post why I'm vegan very soon, so don't worry for those who voted for that. So I have my coffee ready in my favorite Ray Dunn mug, which is my Mama Bear mug. I love this mug. I'm drinking my coffee. It is a Sunday afternoon. I am a little bit sick. I'm getting over a cold. My daughter had her first cold last week, and then both my husband and I got it, so I'm getting over that, so don't mind my voice and stuffiness. But so I had a few questions on Instagram that I will answer in regards to me being married to somebody who's not vegan, but I also thought of a few things that I get asked a lot as well that I'll cover in this video. If you can think of anything that I didn't cover in this video, ask me down below, or you can message me on Instagram and I'd be more than happy to answer. One person did ask if we'll be raising my daughter vegan, and I already covered that off on another video, so I'm not going to talk about it again. So if you're interested in knowing that, then check out that video. I'll leave it down below. But yeah, so we'll just get started. Okay, so my husband and I have been together for a little over 9 years, and we've been married for 3.5 years. I became vegan 2.5 years ago, so I became vegan a year after we were married. And once I became vegan, I was so passionate about it because I had all this new information. I was watching all these documentaries, and my mind just basically had a 180 switch where I was just completely dead set on veganism, and everybody should be vegan, and you know, why aren't you vegan too? Don't you know what went into making that burger? And just being so angry at everybody, which was not the way to go into it at all. But I just couldn't understand. It's like my eyes were just wide open for the first time, and I didn't understand why no one else around me could see the same things that I was seeing and that I saw. So when I first went vegan, it was very hard on our relationship, I will admit that, and only in the sense of it was just different. It was a transition, because we were so used to eating together, eating the same meals together. He would eat what I would cook for dinner. We would buy the same things at the grocery stores. We would want to go to the same restaurants, to me cooking dinner by myself, us eating separate meals, me buying different groceries, us having to find restaurants that could accommodate the both of us, and so on and so forth. So it definitely took a few, I want to say, maybe a good 6 months before we could really get used to us being different in that sense. And it definitely was a transition, but we did get over it. But it was hard at first because I wanted him to be vegan too. I've heard of other couples transitioning together into veganism, or one goes vegan and then a few months later the other one does too. But you know, it's been 2.5 years and my husband still hasn't gone vegan. So you know, not everybody is the same, and it was hard, but it has definitely gotten easier. I would just try to make him watch documentaries with me and just read all this information about veganism and why it's better and everything like that, and he just wasn't having it. In the past 2.5 years, it's definitely gotten a lot easier. He goes to vegan restaurants with me, vegan festivals with me. He's very open to all of that. You know, he just still eats meat. He's cut a lot of meat out of his diet, that's for sure, but he does still consume it. He's pretty much gotten rid of dairy out of his diet, in the house at least. If he's out, he's not really watching for it. So if he eats it, it's not really a big deal to him, but he doesn't buy dairy and bring it into the house, which is good. So I feel like any type of effort is great in my opinion. So I'll just answer a few questions that I got on Instagram. Do you cook separate for him? Do I cook separate for him? No, I do not cook meat at all. I haven't cooked meat for since I've been vegan, so over 2.5 years ago. I don't really cook for him. I cook my meals and he's welcome to eat them, and if he would like to add meat, he can do that. Sometimes he'll just eat what I make. Not every night though. A lot of the times we do cook separately, and he'll cook his own meals. And yeah, so I don't cook for him. and we do have a baby, so I don't have the time to cook for me, for him, and take care of a baby and work full time. So yeah. Plus, I don't really want to touch meat ever again. I don't want to cook meat ever again, so hopefully that answers that. Alright, so the next question is, how do I stand the smell? That is a good question. A lot of the times I don't like to be in the kitchen when my husband is cooking meat. I hate the smell of it, I hate the look of it, I hate the touch of it, so I don't even handle that at all, but a lot of the times when he is cooking meat, I will make sure I'm not in the kitchen. Sometimes I can stand it just because, you know, I did eat meat for so long in my life that I'm kind of used to it, but sometimes it does make me sick, so I just leave the kitchen. So the next question is, why isn't he vegan? And I think him explaining it on my channel would be a lot easier and better than me trying to explain why he's not vegan, because from what I get out of it, he's into weightlifting and he likes to, you know, bodybuild and things like that, so he needs to eat a lot of calories, which he feels that he needs to get on a non-vegan diet by eating meat. So I know you don't need to tell me down below, you don't have to tell me that you can be a weightlifter and get enough calories on a vegan diet. You don't have to tell me that, trust me. So I mean, that is just one of the reasons why, and I think also because it might be too expensive, which you don't need to tell me that it's not expensive at all, but from his point that he needs to eat a lot of calories and a lot of like the mock meats are expensive, and for him to get a lot of calories and protein he would have to spend a lot of money, which you don't have to tell me that there are weightlifters that are vegan and you can get protein from being vegan, from plant foods, and you can get enough calories. You don't have to tell me that. My husband's his own person, and if he ever wants to explain his story on my channel, then I welcome him to, but that's pretty much why I think he's not vegan. But yeah. This next question is, what do you do at events that are typically very non-vegan? Okay, so my best advice for going to like a non-vegan holiday dinner or a party is to be prepared and to take vegan options with you. And if you don't have the time to take vegan options with you, then eat beforehand. So that way you're not hungry and making bad decisions whenever you go there. So if you're going to take vegan options with you, I highly recommend not taking the typical vegan options that are like super healthy and just taste very vegan-y or diety. You want to take something that non-vegans would actually enjoy. So bring like the vegan comfort food, like jackfruit sliders or I don't know, vegan lasagna or something that's like very hearty and like the vegan junk food type of foods. So people aren't so quick to say, oh, that's disgusting vegan food, I don't want to try it. You know, if it looks excellent and looks really delicious and it's, you know, something that they would probably eat as a non-vegan, then more than likely they'll be open to try it with you. So you can also ask the host if they plan on having any vegan options, because that's what you eat, so maybe they will. Maybe they would be open-minded to cooking something that's vegan for you. So yeah, so that is my advice. Make sure you're prepared. Take delicious vegan food with you and eat beforehand. And ask them if they're going to have vegan food, because more than likely they want to accommodate everybody that's going to be there. So, you know, if you just ask, I'm sure they would be willing to cook something for you that's, you know, vegan. Okay, so those were all of the questions that I had for being married to a vegan or being married to a non-vegan. I think, you know, day by day does get easier. If you are in a relationship and one of you just turned vegan, I promise you it'll get easier. You just really have to be open-minded and just know that not everybody is going to think like you and be like you. You are your own person, and at the end of the day, all you can do is lead by example. And, you know, just be positive. Don't be negative towards their actions and the fact that they're not vegan and they don't want to change. You know, celebrate and really thank them for choosing the vegan option whenever they do, whether it's by not getting cheese on their pizza, or by eating a vegan burger with you, or by going to a new vegan restaurant with you, because probably wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for you. So, you know, just really appreciate whenever they do those things because it's probably for you at the end of the day. That's definitely one thing that I could recommend is just appreciate all that they do for you in the terms of supporting you being vegan and making vegan choices whenever they do. And yeah, because my husband and I have come a long way. Whenever we go to restaurants, we always make sure there's something for the both of us. He is always willing to go to vegan festivals with me whenever they're in town. A lot of the times he will eat what I make, and if he's not into it, then don't be upset about that. It's just not for him, and there's more for you. One thing that some people ask is if we share utensils or pots and pans or things like that. The only thing that I was very adamant about not sharing was cutting boards. I have my own cutting boards for my food, and he has his for meats. I don't want my cutting boards in the sink because I don't want, if he's cutting meat or something like that, that getting on the cutting board, that just grosses me out. So that is one thing that we do not share is cutting boards unless he's cutting vegetables or something like that. But as far as like pots and pans and utensils, yes, we do share those. Sometimes he does cook me vegan meals, which is amazing, especially when I was pregnant and I was too tired to cook. He would cook me even tofu dishes. You know, sometimes if I'm too tired, he will cook me dinner, which is really, really nice, and it's usually really amazing. So every time he does that, I'm so appreciative because I won't cook him non-vegan meals. Another question that I get sometimes is it hard being with somebody who's not vegan? And it was at first. It was very hard. Like I said before, it's gotten a lot easier, and all you can really do is just respect each other and support each other and know that your marriage always comes first above everything else. You know, you got married for a reason. I wasn't vegan when we got married, so, you know, people change. I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago, neither is he. To me, my marriage is very important, so me being vegan is not going to hinder us and our relationship. I don't think of him any differently. Yes, it would be nice if he was vegan along with me, but he's not, and I can't change him. I tried to change him when I first went vegan, and it's just, you can't change people. So, like I said, the best thing that you can do is lead by example and just respect your partner and love them, and just love them for who they are, because they're not always going to think the same things as you, and that's okay. So I think I covered off everything. I'm sorry if I kind of rambled, but I wanted to get everything out there as to, you know, my experience being married to somebody who's not vegan along with me. If you could take anything from this video, I would highly suggest just respecting your partner and supporting them, knowing that you probably were not vegan whenever you first got together, and people change, and that's okay. And not everybody is the same. Not everybody is going to agree with you and have the same mindset as you, and that's okay. And at the end of the day, lead by example, and just remember that your relationship really should come first. And if you don't have those same opinions and if you don't agree, then maybe you're in the wrong relationship, because I love my husband. We've been together for almost 10 years now, and I couldn't see myself not being with him. Even though he's not vegan, that's okay. I can get past that. You know, as long as he supports me being vegan, then great. I hope I answered everything, and if I missed anything, let me know down below if you have any questions, or you can message me on Instagram. If you want me to do more of these coffee chats, let me know what kind of coffee chats you want me to do, because I love doing them. It's kind of like, you know, you sitting down with your friend, drinking a cup of coffee, which I love my coffee, and I don't know, I just think this would be a neat idea. Kind of like a mukbang, but just drinking coffee. So if you have any ideas of topics you would like me to go over, let me know down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my videos, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!